everybody. I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today I'm going to talk about all this election stuff. A couple of things on the ballot here, specifically in Florida in 2024 here, that I'd like to point out and talk about a little bit. We've got, I think they're called amendments, Amendment 3 and 4. One of them is to completely legalize marijuana, and the other one has something to do with abortion. Now, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but just watching movies on TV and stuff, I keep seeing over and over again these commercials by these special interests who are spending millions of dollars, telling you not to vote for the bill or to vote for the bill. It's just so obviously crooked and manipulative that I figured I'd talk about it, because a lot of you in other states and other countries are probably seeing the same stuff and facing the same stuff right now. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about how they're treating these in Florida and what I'm seeing and what I understand from these things, just using common sense, watching these commercials. I'm not advocating to vote for or against anything. I don't use marijuana. So I've got no dog in the fight. The only thing that I'm pro is freedom. So I don't really, if the people in Florida don't want it, then we should vote against it, one way or the other. I don't care. I can't get pregnant, so I've got no real hard line deep feelings about either one of these. Now I have my personal preferences which way I would vote, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. But the commercials I keep seeing for the abortion bill, they keep saying over and over again that some 10-year-old girl got raped in Ohio. Now, what that has to do with an abortion bill in Florida, I have no idea. Why they keep putting I know why they keep putting it on there, because they equate that, because they know that you'll have an emotional reaction to that little girl, which is a horrible thing, and everybody should have an emotional reaction to it. But to put that in politics, to get you emotional about politics, they know they will sway you. They know that they can make you feel horrible if you don't vote the way they want, right? If they connect you emotionally to this 10-year-old girl and connect this 10-year-old girl to their voting preference, then they know you will feel horrible. Now, I hate 10-year-old girls if I vote whatever way on this. If I vote the way they don't want me to, that means I am a bad person, and I hate 10-year-old girls, and I think bad things should happen to them. Now, that's the psychological game they're playing, and it's complete bullshit. And they don't say anything about the bill. They don't give you any information about the bill at all. They just talk about some girl in Ohio. But then they go on to say that it's an almost total ban. Okay? Almost total. Now, the words that you pick up from that is total ban. Almost total ban. What is almost? You don't know. They don't give you any facts. They don't read any of the bill to you. They don't tell you anything at all about the bill. They just give you this one vague idea, almost total ban, and then they hook it to this 10-year-old girl that was assaulted in Ohio, and they don't tell you when this happened, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 3 months ago. They don't tell you. They just tell you that some 10-year-old girl got assaulted in Ohio, and then tell you that this is an almost total ban. Which, if the bill was really bad and it shouldn't be passed, then they should be able to come right out and tell you, hey, this is bad, this is what it says, and this is why. All right? So that's my problem with it. Not pro or anti or any of that shit. Everybody has their own voice, their own judgment, their own feelings on the stuff. I'm not going to one side or the other. I'm just talking about these special interests who spend millions of dollars to manipulate voters. That's what I'm talking about. That is the only subject here. That is what is going on. I don't care if it's about the vote is on rice-a-roni or emissions or anything, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the vote is on. The subject is manipulation through media by special interest, period. And I just find it disgusting, no matter what side of the fence you're on, to have the manipulation out there and just try to sway people's votes with half truths and emotion instead of just straight up facts. This is what it says. This is why it's wrong. This is why we don't believe it. You should be on our side with us. Period. But they don't do that at all. So I would have to go in there and dig around in this 20 or 120 page bill and read all the small print and stuff to try to find out. Then we have the next one is legalizing marijuana. They want to legalize marijuana in Florida. Now, I don't know, but as it is now, now I don't know for sure who's paying for these ads, but as we sit now, there's a group of doctors who just hand out these prescriptions for marijuana because it's medical marijuana is legal right now. So these doctors, this group of doctors all across the state, they have a lot to lose if this thing passes. Now, there might be more people who have more to lose. I don't know. These are just the ones that jump up in my mind right away. But these doctors basically have the easiest job in the world. They sign a signature on a prescription pad and give it to you, and you walk out, and that's it. So all they have to do is get a comfortable chair, and they're living large. So I completely understand why they would not want this bill to pass. But they've got all these ads about not passing this bill, against passing this marijuana bill. Now they're saying that it would, do you want people smoking marijuana out in the streets? Do you really want, this degradation and all this? And this is for special interest. It's gonna make billionaires richer, and that it's big corporations who are gonna profit from this, not the common person. And this, again, they use emotion. They paint a picture of a bunch of drug addicts using marijuana like heroin out on the streets and just stinking up everything. But it's already like that because the people who want to smoke marijuana are smoking it. They just got to go to these doctors. It's completely legal. You just have to go get a prescription. You got to pay a little extra money for it now. That's the only difference, is freedom. So again, we've got some special interest out there pumping out these commercials at us who don't really talk about the bill, what the bill says, what they're actually doing, why they don't want it passed. They just throw out a bunch of random stuff with no factual evidence to back it up. They just get you to try to feel bad toward this bill. Get you they equate this bill with a negative feeling inside you, and then you want to vote no against it. So this isn't a good thing. These special interests being able to pay millions of dollars just because they have it, and put out misleading information about these bills, and to connect us emotionally with these bills for self-serving purposes. Now, why don't we have a law that says that you've got to state some facts that you disagree with in your commercial, the facts about the bill. You've got to quote the bill somewhere and then describe why that's bad. You can't just come out and say that that's bad and talk about other people, half a century ago in another state. You can't just bring up random crap. You have to talk about real things in the bill that you're talking about. And I'm talking about this here in this video because I know that a lot of people are going to be misled. A lot of people are going to get emotionally involved in this because of these ads. And they're going to vote with their emotions instead of their mind. And that's in every state, every country. And in my opinion, we need to stop doing that. We need to stop falling for this shit. Now, a lot of my Gen Xers out there, we don't fall for that shit anyway. We don't believe any of that shit that the media tells us. Any politically charged commercial or politically advocating commercial, we just take it as a sack of shit. But we can talk to other people about it, or point it out to others when we see it. Hey, that's bullshit. They didn't say a single thing about that bill in that commercial. You notice that? So we've got to start waking up to this stuff and sharing our wisdom, whether it's online or with family, and not in a politically charged one side against the other side way. Just pointing out that commercial says nothing about the bill and that it's completely targeting your emotions. Just that kind of stuff. We can stay politically neutral and still point out the flaws in the system. And for anybody out there who is in a position maybe to do something about it, maybe we can get laws in place that prevent that kind of stuff. That partisan manipulation and targeting people's feelings. Maybe we can start getting rid of that crap. And just vote on truth. Whether you like the truth or you hate the truth. Just vote on the truth, the facts. If you hate those facts, vote against it. If you love those facts, vote for it. But don't manipulate me and try to get me emotionally involved in something that I'm completely against, just because I'm ignorant and I'm not going to go out and read this stack of papers in fine print to try to figure out and decipher what this bill is actually about. We should be told what the bill's about and vote on it, on what it's about, not about how we feel about something else. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to become a member of Gen X Thinks, I'll leave that link in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by hopping over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I'll put that link in the description too. Another way to support the channel is by clicking on that super thanks button down there. I sincerely appreciate those of you who do that. Thank you very much. If you're interested in Gen X gear, you can head over to Redbubble and check that stuff out. They're still having a 25% off sale over there. A good time to go see what they have. T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff over there. And I'll put that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put them down in the comments, or you can head over to the channel page and email us. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.